Okay, folks, it's that time again. We're going to get back after it. We are getting ready to head into the Cranberry Wilderness. And it's been a couple years since I've been up in here. It's been a little while since I've had a pack on my back. So let's get out there and get amongst them and see how it goes. I'm not going to bother you with all the nuts and bolts of this particular trip. If you want to see all that, you can check out my video I did a couple years ago. This is the same kiosk that was here a couple years ago with the same old information. I don't see any new information that's been added, so we won't waste any more time here. I've only came about maybe 0.43 miles. I hadn't been on trail 10 minutes and I already heard an airplane overhead. I haven't seen anybody yet, but I heard an airplane. You know, there should be some places that you can just go and not hear the man-made noise. Let me know in the comments section if you agree. We're about 3.24 miles in. Been on the trail a little over 2 hours. And I think I found us a place to stop and eat lunch. Okay. Let's go ahead and have us a bite to eat for lunch. It's about 11:30, something like that. And I got up at about 3:45 this morning, and I had breakfast about 5-ish, so I'm feeling a wee bit peckish. So let's see what we can do about that. Here's some cinnamon apple chips that my favorite hiking partner got me for Christmas, and I've been saving these for just such an occasion. And I've got some homemade tortillas that she made me, and we got a little bit of chunk light tuna here, so I think that'll get us started. Look at this memorial I just found. I just finished up with my lunch break and happened to look back here, and there's a memorial for a gentleman by the name of John White. I'm assuming maybe his ashes were scattered back here or something, I don't know. But I tell you what, you know, that looks like a pretty good idea to me. I've never been one much for cremation, but to be laid to rest in a setting such as this, that really appeals to me. So rest in peace, John, and we'll see you down the trail sometime. Always nice to know who you're sharing the trail with. Kind of looks like a coyote. And look at what we found here, folks. This is the campsite that I stayed at 2 years ago on the first night of the trip. Here's the fire ring. And I pitched the tent right over there. And I hung my bear bag way over yonder. So it looks like the old campsite's alive and well, but we'll not stay here again because I've still got daylight to burn and gas in the gas tank, so let's go ahead and get back out there after it. Okay, folks, here we are at the intersection of the North-South Trail and the Laurelly Branch Trail. Here's the little campsite that I'm going to stay in tonight. It was also the campsite that I had lunch at on my second day of the trip of 2021. I can tell you what, I'm wore out. I think the trail conditions have deteriorated. I got off trail 3 times and I had to pick my way back through the brushy brush. But anyway, let's go in here and have us a seat, and we'll get camp set up, and let's do a little relaxing. Well, I got camp all set up, ready to go. Got my water on the boil. Gonna have a nice little dinner this evening. On the menu is Peak 2 Refuel chicken teriyaki rice. And this will give me about 580 calories. But this food is among the best backpacking food. For me, it's a toss-up between Peak 2 Refuel and Packet Gourmet. In my opinion, those are the two best meals on the market. And in the meantime, we're going to have a protein drink here. Never heard of this stuff before, but my wife found this on sale and thought I might enjoy it, so we're going to give it a go. That's not bad. Okay, folks, now for the moment of truth. Looks really tasty. I don't think this thing's so full. I don't think I can tilt it over and let you see it. But I'll see what I can do here. If you can see that, keep the flies off of it. It's got big chunks of carrot, chicken, green beans, rice, all kinds of good stuff in there. We'll see how it tastes. It's very good. It's rehydrated. Everything's tender. It's got a good flavor to it. Look at them nice chunks of pepper in there. Oh yeah, this is going to be a hearty meal. Okay, I'm laying in here in the hammock now. The flies got to be a bit too much. They weren't biting, but they were still annoying, so I retreated to the hammock. Anyway, after the day I've had, it's welcome to get up off my feet and just lay here and, rock a little bit slightly, and I'd say by about dark I'll be asleep. Well, anyway, I'm going to let you go for tonight, but we'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. I guess you know what time it is. It's fixing to be coffee time. I had a pretty good night. Slept all right in the old hammock. A little bit of spotty rain, but nothing to really worry about. But it's awful cloudy and overcast this morning, so I chose to go ahead and kind of break down early. I took down everything but the tarp. That way I'd have a nice dry place to cook and eat under should it start raining again. Okay, I hope you can see me okay. I lost my tripod yesterday, and so it's making it a bit more challenging to get camera angles and so on and so forth. But anyway, on the menu for breakfast is a couple of packets of this apples and cinnamon oatmeal, and we're going to have us a strawberry Pop-Tart, and of course you already knew the answer to this. We're having coffee. I'm doing this little Folgers single serving coffee tea bag pouch thingy, and we're going to give that a go. Oh yeah. Not as good as Dunkin' Donuts, but you know what? It's hot, it's caffeinated, and I'm happy to have it. We'll give our oatmeal just a couple more minutes to rehydrate, and then we'll have a look in on it. Let's check out what kind of shape this Pop-Tart's in. You know, these things are convenient, but they don't travel real well, especially in a backpack. So if you're thinking about taking a backpacking trip, yes, they are tasty, but they're going to come out in pieces, just so you know. They're plenty tasty though, so don't let that scare you off. Oh yeah. Kind of like that smell of warm cinnamon and apple in the morning. Yep, nice and warm. Well, that's about enough of that. I'm not going to make you all suffer through this. You've seen me eat before. Okay, we'll take one last look around camp here. And this is where we were hanging. Everything's took down and stowed away right in the pack, with the exception of one little thing. That's right, you guys are going in the pack this trip. Weather's looking a little bit nasty out there, so I'm going to go ahead and pack you away. That way nothing happens to you. And I've got some sketchy bit of trail to do, so having you in the pack will make it a little easier on me. Oh yeah. It's ready to go in and make some coffee. If you haven't recognized it yet, this is the old campsite that I stayed the second night here 2 years ago. And I'm having lunch on the second day here. So I'm doing pretty good. See, right between those two trees is where I hung the hammock last time. Well, let's go ahead and get this coffee in us. I did something a little bit different this time. I used an Esbit tab. That firebox stove came with an Esbit tab adapter to it, so I thought I'd try it out on this trip. And when you use an Esbit tab and an alcohol stove, you've got to have that windbreak on there, like you see around the little firebox stove. That windbreak makes all the difference. It greatly increases the efficiency of the fuel that you're using. But we'll let that coffee steep for a couple minutes and we'll have us a nice cup. Okay, I hope you can see me okay. I'm just having to prop this camera up, and whichever way I can get it to stay is the camera angle that you're getting. But anyway, just had my tuna wrap and having some of these protein cranberry nut mix. My wife finds this stuff while she's shopping. This packet right here only cost 50 cents. And it's 680 calories if you eat the whole package. So that's a pretty good bang for your buck right there. But you don't have to worry about counting calories on this trip because you're going to burn far more than what you're able to put back in. So enjoy. Cheers. Okay, we got lunch finished up and had a nice visit at the old camp and got to just relax for a little bit. I got roughly about 6 miles left on this trip. I'm making really good time. It's only 1:25 in the afternoon, so I've got enough time in the day to make it back to the truck, but we'll see how it works out. Okay, folks, we're on one of the last legs of the trail here, the North Fork Trail. Now, a couple years ago, this is where I saw a bear. So we'll keep an eye peeled for old Yogi and see if he's on up here or not. But I've only got mile and a half away from the truck, so I thought I'd go ahead and bang it out. If you can see my watch there, I've already put in 10.41 miles today. So by the time I get back to the truck, it'll put me right at about 12. But that's okay, I've done 12-mile day before. But anyway, let's not wait any longer. Let's get after it. Okay, folks, we made it back to the trailhead. And as you can see, old Blue's over there waiting on me. Looks to be safe and sound. But he had a couple other cars to keep him company, so he shouldn't have got too lonely, I reckon. Anyway, the Cranberry Overnighter is in the books, and we'll see you in the next video.